What's going on, friends? Well, I'm going to share with you tonight something that I wrote a little while ago, not too long ago. It says here 2015. And honestly, that's really when a lot of things started catapulting in my mind. That's when I really started seeing, you know, before I say it, before I started seeing God. And I want to say, I know that word it's a touchy one with a lot of people. I probably was one of those people back in the day. I mean, actually, not with God. I understand that as like I can dig. I've always felt in my mind, in my heart, especially in my heart, that there is this unbreakable connection to everything. And I mean, if you believe in science, I'm pretty sure you believe in that too. And I guess you could say you've observed it, maybe. I don't know. But I've observed it through my mind and my meditations and my prayers, and everything is turned into seeing it everywhere. Cannot get away from it. And I mean, that's great. I can't feel, there's nothing better than that. But uh, this kind of blew me away when I reread it because I went through, this is about when I started just writing like a madman. Like, people that knew me even before this probably thought I was a crazy madman with how I wrote, which just because I always had a notebook and I'd be writing, but not to the extent that it has happened since pretty much this notebook started. And it's just full of poems, and I was just cranking them out so much that I didn't even like, I knew there was a future purpose for them. Maybe it was just to go back and read them, and I don't know, like I really could not figure out what's the point of you just, why are you slamming all this notebook writing? Like, what is this for? I know if I'm being by myself, like, well, I'm just going to sit here and read all this stuff over and over again. Like, no. I started reading this stuff, and it's like all this other stuff from outside of my life is coinciding with it, and bam, God in my face all the time. Whoa. But this is called Profound Dream. Probably have called something this before. I don't even like titling these things, but I guess people need them. But this was pretty crazy. I wish I would have really given it more thought, and like I'm gonna definitely give this more thought because it, I don't know how I didn't just keep reading this or something. Like, I don't know how I got buried down because it's so important to me now. But Profound Dream. I feel like sharing all of my soul. That is also to say, just doing my part for the good of the whole. Understand, friends, even in moments with such intensity, there are calming wisdoms to help you immensely. So let me share with you what has been shared with me, all the knowledge of healthy growth that is accessible and free. I'm going to tell you about a dream conversation I had with what I can only explain as connecting with the good guide in my mind. Maybe it was talking to God through prayer. Whatever it was, it helped me become more aware. And this dream was so vivid and clear that I feel compelled to rhyme together the story here. So, how fitting his first words to me were, "Do not fear." Is it not beautiful that a divine connection can be found in the same words and language that evil used for deception to keep the public's perception away from the beautiful perplexities that make up our collective realities into the worlds we all exist in and breathe? Well, back to my story. He took my hand and he said, "Walk with me, for there is still so much for you to see." He grabbed my hand and we began to walk. He took over my voice as if through me he talked. "Look what's out beyond you," he said. "Have you been mindful of all the seeds you've planted?" Showing me gardens of my past actions and influence right before my eyes, moments of my own laughter and the times that I have cried. All the past normals that once were routine that have made me into who I am right now. All the thoughts which I have accepted and even all the ones that I would not allow. I asked, "What is the point to all this in which you show me and speak?" He tightened his hand and said, "Dear son, there is much from this for me to teach. Let's look at your past and see where you have been. And look at all the impacts left from all of your past decisions, like where you once resisted the idea of God because of a corrupt religion, or where you prayed to God to guide you for future visions. Can you see how you've always been drawn to something more, even though the corrupt ones tried to close the door? Where should one seek guidance when in need? from their parents and loved ones who helped nurture their seed. Yes, the seed is you, and you have grown, and the reality has changed with the more you've come to know. And through all the changes, you've remained yourself at the core, and still you have the desire and passion to know of my love more. My dear son, this reality is infinite to explore. So please be mindful as this illusion of time becomes more visible to your understanding, and that know that these wisdoms I share with you are not forceful or demanding, just only free. Now I was still walking, and suddenly the ground beneath me gave way. In a free fall, anxiety was just moments away. I scream out, "Why is this happening? I don't understand." And in this moment, I see his outreached hand. It grabs my whole spirit and brings me back to solid ground. All the insinuating loud chaos, now just a gentle, subtle sound. He says to me, "Fear not, dear son, for the fear is now done. Vanished from your reality, banished from re-entry. Whatever falls you may encounter, know there is an action that can counter." He then kissed my forehead and said, "This is where you will find me." I then said, "No, please, I do not want you to leave." He took my hand once more, and with the other he opened a door. Inside was another garden full of everything which has given me joy. He said, "This is your memory bank for you to enjoy. Keep adding to the collection, and understand I'm going nowhere beyond our connection, because I'm not going anywhere other than the places you choose to walk and observe. I'm with your thought within you and all of your surrounding nature. Love is my call, love is my light, love is my guidance, and love is my life. And you too, my son, are a part of this love." And then he kissed me on the forehead, and a flash of light then blinded my eyes, and the next moment I was awakened to witness the sunrise. And in that moment, I just felt so calm. A love swept through me entirely, making that sunrise even more inspiring. All right. So, reason why it means a lot to me is because, to me, this is a longer story, but I've always had like this thing in my head. At first, as a kid, it could have been chalked up as imaginary friend. And as an adult, it could just be, I'm a crazy schizophrenic. I don't know. But that's what I was thinking back then. Like, I'm getting mind conversations. I don't know how to explain it to you. If you go through it, then I don't need to explain it to you. And I think everybody is going through it, and some are not listening, and some are listening now. And it's just, let's start getting everybody to listen. Let's see what we can turn this world into. Like, sure, there's a lot of good out there, but it's pretty clear there's an evil resisting of good. And when I say evil resisting a good, that means it's coming. There's no stopping it. All right? Love, beauty, and peace for all. For all our peace of beauty and love. God bless.